Hello, I'm Philip Cahoon, the Senior Module Leader for Capstone, and welcome to this short video on the purpose and design of Capstone. We will begin by viewing the Capstone learning objectives, then the three meta themes, followed by a discussion on how CAP requires you to integrate information from across the business. There are 8 learning outcomes in Capstone. They have been approved by the Education Board of Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand for the Capstone module. Details on these 8 learning outcomes are available in greater detail on the orientation page in My Learning. Based on those 8 learning outcomes, there are 3 mega themes for CAPT. Firstly, solving business problems through analysis and evaluation. Secondly, communicating the analysis and evaluation. And thirdly, working in teams and on your own to analyze and evaluate business information and situations. To solve a business problem, you need to obtain and use a range of information about the business. Not each part on their own, but integrated. In Capstone, you will use information on a business's operation, a business's strategic direction, its macroeconomic and social environment, its competitors, use its accounting information, and its financing information. And you will integrate that information from all sources to solve business problems. To help you analyze and evaluate information and business situations, Capstone has been designed around 3 key features. The assessment in Capstone and the activities have been designed to assist you with your analysis and evaluation, and we have designed Capstone to mirror in part a day in the life of the office. We're going to look through each of these now. The learning model in Capstone is a 5-step learning model. In Workshop 1, you will review it in more detail, and you will quickly see it in action as you go through the workshops. Briefly, you will undertake similar tasks so that you get better at them. But between the tasks, there is time built in and processes for you to learn from what you have done. The key process is the credit questioning. Once again, we will talk about this in Workshop 1, but the general idea is to learn to ask questions that will make your analysis and your evaluation, and therefore your solutions to business problems, better, more robust, and likely to be of value to your client or employer. The second process is reflection and using a reflective journal. You will be given time and prompts to think how you can and your team can perform better. A lot of the reflection process in workshops will be around the criteria for performance, which is made explicit in the rubric, which is our next slide. Rubrics are covered in the CRM section, managing your performance. Every assessment item has its own rubric. These rubrics are different from those used in previous offerings of Capstone because the assessments are different. The great value of rubrics is we design the rubric to be explicit about the standard we expect candidates to meet. We mark the candidate assessments based on the criteria in the rubric, and you as candidates know how we will assess your assessments before you start the task. In other words, you know what we are looking at by looking at the assessment. They are really important. You can download the CAP rubrics from My Learning. The other important feature of assessments and activities that we use is task words. The task words tell you what you are expected to do. When preparing the activities in both the CRM and the workshops, and when preparing the assessments, we think seriously about the task words we will use and what they mean and what we are asking you to do. Not surprising, most of the task words used in CAP 216 relate to a meta theme of solving business problems through analysis and evaluation. In the workshop assessments tasks, there are marks allocated for how well you will communicate your analysis and evaluation. Once again, the rubrics will be explicit about the criteria for that part of the assessment. The final design feature of Capstone that we're going to talk about today is that much of the module is designed to mirror a day in the office. Of course, it's not like all of it, as Capstone is an artificial environment. However, like the office, you will be working in teams. We will choose them, in the same way as you don't choose your workmates in most cases. And at times you will work in a different team for a specific task. Also at times you will work on your own. The activities and the exam and the assessments are not broken down into small parts. Rather, you're provided with a task and expected to work through it, just like a day in the office. We suggest you look at a past exam for an example of this. We have designed the activities around real companies and or situations. Sometimes we will We use real companies, sometimes without the real company names. The key for you is to provide analysis and evaluation that relates to the company based on the information we have provided you, just like you would in the office. You must link your answers and your analysis and your evaluation to the business, to the case study. Finally, in the workplace, you don't turn up to a meeting without preparation. The same applies for workshops and for assessments and the exam. There are activities before each workshop that need to be done, and there is background pre-release information provided for all workshop assessments and for the exam. You are expected to do pre-work. Every offering of Capstone has changed. Capstone is continually changing and evolving, and as the Capstone has evolved, exams and other assessment tasks may have a different focus from previous offerings. Focus on the current module, as all the activities in this module are linked to the purpose of the module. Prior exams and assessment tasks from earlier offerings may not be relevant to this offering. Be wary of people who know what has happened in the past telling you this is what will happen now. Things have changed. However, the learning outcomes we started with today have not changed. In the next video, we will talk about the structure of Capstone. We hope you enjoy it. We wish you all the best and good luck for Capstone. Thank you.